Hey, this is Blake with Peaceful Heritage Nursery, and today we're checking out overwintering figs. We're gonna get some good close-ups in here, and we're gonna check it out. Okay, so here we've got an overwintered fig. So there's a lot of techniques out there for overwintering figs. I've tried a bunch of them out. I've been growing figs in Kentucky for 20 years. And we're gonna check out this method that I found to be the best one. Look at all these earthworms in there. Look at all those. See, this fig is very much alive and well. Nice green buds here. You see this tissue wasn't fully hardened off. It rotted, but just below that, you got nice green buds. Lots of nice green growth here. You can spray that clean with a hose if you want. And then this can be staked up to have this nice and going straight up however you want it. Or you could train it Japanese espalier, and you could have it trained like this. You can see the Japanese espalier video. Let's check out another one. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, grab.
See, nice green growth. When it's green like that, you know it's alive and well. Let's check out an older specimen. Oh, and look, just a few inches underneath, we got green buds. Just a few inches underneath the mulch. That's amazing. Get all that mycelium in there. Earthworms. You could farm earthworms in this stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Look at that. See, this part wasn't covered, that part is. You can see right at the point where the mulch stopped. Another nice green bud down there. This is Peter's honey. Look at that little shoot. Look at all these nice shoots. Even the little ones survived. Here's another one. Stuff, even just under a couple inches of mulch, it's okay. You know, I'm convinced one of the reasons why this is such a good overwintering method is because it generates heat.
Yeah.
All this mulch generates a little bit of heat.
For sure.
Even if it's just a few degrees. Wild. I've been pulling those up for years. Here we go. See buds.
Gosh, there's so much life in the mulch.
These are the figs that you were just looking at from that video we took back in early May or late April. And just from those little tiny buds, these are the exact same figs you were seeing. And right now it's the middle of August. They're loaded down with all kinds of little fruit that has plenty of time to ripen in our climate. our first freeze isn't until the very late part of October. So we've got a good 5 or 6 weeks of warm, sunny weather for these to ripen up. These are the other varieties here. Can barely get through here. There's so many giant fig branches coming out. So the conclusion is simple, that of all the different methods that I've attempted to overwinter figs over the last nearly 20 years of doing this, which include putting chicken wire tubes around the tree, stuffing it full of straw and putting tarps over it, that really doesn't work, and it's also a pain. Putting other forms of insulation on top of the plants, or just doing nothing. What works best is really just burying them in tons of wood chips. So we get wood chips for free from the local tree trimming crews. We just basically flag them down and tell them where to drop chips, and then we just wheelbarrow them over. And what you're gonna do is, you've got all this nice growth here, but anything that's not covered in wood chips is not gonna survive the winter in our climate in zone 6, or usually in zone 7. And so basically, as much as you cover with wood chips is what's gonna survive. So they're really, really flexible. Like, see, I can bend this down really quite far down the ground here. These little ones are extremely flexible. And you're just gonna bend everything down and bury as much of it as possible, or you can cut it off right above where you bury it with wood chips, and then you're just gonna bury all this in wood chips. So we're talking 18 to 24 inches. The colder the climate, the more wood chips I would use. This isn't guaranteed to work everywhere or in all situations, but it works great here in Kentucky, and I'm sure it would work a lot of other similar places that have cold but not extreme winters. Usually it doesn't go much below 0 degrees Fahrenheit here, although it can. Like we said last winter, it went down to -7. But you just bury them in wood chips, and whatever's covered in wood chips, and then you brush those wood chips off as soon as they start budding, which is when the weather's consistently warm for a few weeks. And viva la fig. You can have cold, hardy figs grown in fairly cold winter climates. No high tunnel needed, no heating needed, no problem. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and check out our website at peacefulheritage.com, where you can buy your own fig plants and do what we're doing here. Thanks for watching.